So how is it that we get mail and packages on the road? We've had several questions from viewers and even people we just meet on the road. What do you do about mail? What do you got? A toilet?
Yeah, it's a toilet. Composting toilet.
Are you guys wondering how it is that we have all these packages in the van? How did we get them shipped? Where did we get them shipped to? Where are we putting them? It's a common question that we have received from many people several times throughout our travels is, what do we do for mail? Where do we get our mail? How do we get our packages? And there's many creative ways to do that. So we will let you know and show you and tell you actually how we get packages, how we get mail. But what we need to do first is unload all these packages into our storage unit. So we will be right back. So how is it that we actually get mail and packages on the road? Many viewers and even people just stopping us on the road often wonder, how do we get our mail? Where does it go? How do we get packages? Where do they get shipped? I'm sure you can answer the question because you're the one that takes care of all of that.
Well, I mean, it's a good question. And at one time, you just had it deliver the mail, I guess, to a family or a friend, you know, someplace back in your hometown or whatever, and then they would forward it to you. There's a couple of organizations that do it, that they'll get the mail and then they'll forward that to you, and that's one option. You just give them the address and they'll do it. But we signed up for a mail service, and we've had a couple of them. So I think it's called Post Scan is one we use now. But basically what they do, and it's cost us $15 a month, they receive the mail. So anybody that sends out mail, and if you think about it nowadays, you don't get much, but we have businesses, and so businesses send us information, or in mail and not email all the time. So we have that to deal with. Basically, they get the envelope in from the post office, they scan it, I get to see it and say, yes, please open this up, or don't open it up because it's junk mail, or I already know what's in it, so I just say recycle it. But otherwise, then they open and it shows the contents, and so we get that. And I have tenants that send checks in the mail, and I take a picture of the screen, the computer screen, and deposit it mobily. So it works out really well.
So does it cost per one you want opened, or is it a monthly fee? How does that actually work?
They're all different.
Sure.
So
how is ours?
Yeah, number of services out there. Ours is $15, and I don't know how many scans it includes, but I never go above $15. So I think it's unlimited mail scans, and then it's a matter of how many times you have them open up and then scan what's the contents inside the package, or I'm sorry, the envelope. But I've never hit that limit. And then what you'll find is you don't forward your mail to that service. What you do is you just use it to the ones that you need the mail from.
Okay.
So if you forward, then you get all the junk mail. And
right.
I'm not even positive you can do that. I don't know if you can forward to an off, place that handles mail. But
so actually it's nice. You pick and choose what mail you actually want to potentially see, and then that gets forwarded. So then therefore, we're not getting nebulous magazines or paper or any of that. You are just getting mail that you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it because, for one thing, I'm a tech head anyway, so I love the digital world like that. And so we signed up like 3 years before we went full time. I started doing it. So I love it. It's going to be the wave of the future. That someday is what the post office is going to be. Is they're going to scan it for you, and it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Really.
So how do we get packages then?
So packages are a little bit more of a challenge for sure. If it's coming from Amazon, Amazon's the best way to ship, because if for some reason it gets lost and you were coming through Austin, Texas, and you schedule it, and then you're past Austin, Texas because there's a little delay in shipment, well, it'll just get returned to them.
Yeah, that's a bonus.
It's a big bonus. So that way you can take a risk.
True.
But with Amazon, if you do their lockers, they have Amazon lockers all over the nation. Almost every city, town has it. But it needs to be small. It needs to be fairly small and fairly lightweight to go into the locker. We do that often. And that's the safest, best, because again, if you don't pick it up because you came through town too quick, which we've done in the past, or we've changed our direction and we're not going to Boise, we're going someplace else, then they will send it back and refund you your money.
And then we can order it again ahead of where we might be going.
Right. And we do a ton of Amazon stuff.
We do. So what if you actually need a bigger package? Where does that go?
Well, that's a challenge. So there's a couple options. One is if you know it's shipping U.S. Postal Service, then you can do general delivery to the post office. And you can do that with mail too. But not every post office does general delivery, but you just call them, ask them. But the Postal Service isn't like the easiest to deal with. They're not that interested in dealing with your packages.
Extra packages, yeah.
I think that's what they do, but anyway, and some people are nice, but anyway, that's a little harder. So you can do that if you know it's shipping through UPS. Then you can go through the UPS store or UPS pickup center or a ship pickup center.
Yeah.
So I've done that a number of different times.
And that's anywhere. It doesn't have to be a UPS shipping center. We've actually picked them up at like GNC's, right?
No,
and
that's
those
through
places.
Amazon.
Oh, yeah, Amazon packages.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we were still talking about packages.
Yeah, but if you know it, so if you're getting it from, because if it's Amazon, then Amazon does have some delivery spots like GNC, like Gay mentioned, but very few of those that do allow bigger packages. But it's still limited in size of package.
Yeah.
But if you're straight up, like we ordered solar panels, and then if you know it's coming UPS, then you can ship it to a UPS pickup location, like. UPS isn't great with that. They have you can redirect delivery if it's coming to your home address. But when you're on the road, you can't sign up for whatever address you're sending it to.
Yeah.
But the one I like the best, which doesn't ship that often, is FedEx. So FedEx, I'm able to redirect shipments then. So we just had power stations for the new van built out, sent to our youngest son in Seattle. And then he was going to be gone that weekend, and they were supposed to show up. And these aren't the cheapest things in the world to be sitting on a front step. So I was able to go online and redirect those to have them shipped to a FedEx office location.
Yeah, that works out really great. So then he just needed to go pick those up from the FedEx office location.
Right. And we've had that in the past, too, where we've been able to redirect that package through FedEx one time in Boise or whatever. So that works pretty good. FedEx is probably the easiest, best from my experience.
So if you get a big, large Amazon item and you don't have an option to go to a GNC or those stores, where does that go?
Well, see, the problem is I did this with the solar panel. I figured it was going to ship UPS. Well, it did ship UPS, but UPS does what they call last mile sometimes and gives it to the post office.
Oh, right.
And the post office does last mile. So shipped UPS, flipped to Postal Service. So the problem is now it's going to a UPS, pickup location. No, they're not pleased when I went to pick it up, but I'm surprised they even accepted it.
And it was out on the truck, and we tried to intercept, and
that was
it gets
but
it gets all messed up like that. Yeah. So that's not the most ideal situation.
Yeah, because if you don't know how it's going to be shipped, it makes it a little bit more challenging.
Yeah.
If you know it's 100% UPS, then you can go to their locations. If you know it's FedEx 100%, you can. Even with the U.S. Postal Service, you can do general delivery if it's accepted at that location, and that works fairly decent. It's just that my experience has been, oh no, it's going someplace else or it's shipping with somebody else, and now I'm scrambling on the road to figure it out.
Right.
So it's.
I feel like you've become the guru of getting things shipped, figuring out where to get them shipped, no matter where we are in the world. I mean, you've had Amazon packages delivered in other countries to Amazon lockers. You really know how to do this type of thing.
But what happens is you get a little gun shy too. So
sure, I bet.
Now, because it's a process to track down that package when you're moving through. So anyway, but there's options out there. For instance, off the boat, it's right on Blaine, Washington, so it's right on the border of Canada. Well, Canadians will order stuff, and taxes must be cheaper here, and then they'll come down and pick them up and take them over the border. Well, there's places set up for that, so you can ship to them, and they give you a little box number, super nice, all online, perfect. So when we go to the boat, I have an account set up there, and it's like $2 per shipment or something like that. And I have all this stuff shipped there. And then I just go and pick it all up. So that really works out well.
Yeah. So what about the packages, all the packages we just had in the van? Where did those go?
Well, and the nice thing with Quartzsite is Quartzsite also has all these people from all over the nation and Canada that want to get shipments. And they're in the desert in their RV. So they're not getting them there. So there's a place in town here that does the same thing as at Blaine, Washington, ship to location. And then they charge. I signed up for a 3-month for $40, and then I can have my mail put there too, but I won't. It'll just be packages. But if you don't, it's $4 per package, and it works out great.
Yeah.
So then it's all gets shipped there. It doesn't matter how big, small. I think it. I don't know if it can be freight, but I think it has to be UPS.
And this is working really well for us because we're kind of going to be in this location for a while with convergences and meetups. And so that's why you decided to do the monthly service. You can get them delivered there per package, right?
For $4.
Yeah. So if you're moving through, you can get it shipped there for $4. I think that's very reasonable.
It's very reasonable. And Quartzsite's in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's on I-10, so it's on the between LA and or Palm Springs and Phoenix, but it's more if you're coming out here and you're staying in the desert, which many, I think I heard there's like 1 million people here during the winter on this little town. That works out really well. And when we went to pick up packages today, it was pretty busy.
Yeah.
And we just hit the time, but
right, many people were coming and going. So,
but you saw the packages. But one other thing to do is like Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, if it's in your area, you can have it shipped there, or Best Buy or whatever. And those are kind of obvious ones. But I had a wall panel that we're going to use in the build shipped to a Home Depot in Lake Havasu. And it wasn't perfect because we had to go and pick it up, but it's fine. We like to drive, and it's a beautiful drive. So anyway, there's other options to have it shipped to the store.
True.
A lot of times that can happen, but a lot of our stuff needs to come off Amazon.
Right.
Because it's cheaper.
Any other tips and tricks you can think of for mailing and shipping? Again, like I said, you're the guru. I think you've tried them all.
Yeah, I mean, online, look around as far as getting your mail. Look around. It's not that expensive. There's Traveling Mailbox. Escapees does it too. And they might be modern now. I don't know. But they used to have where they just shipped your stuff
and kept it. Yeah.
But I think they do scanning. But I think there's better ones, or probably better ones too. So just look around out there. Like I said, ours is $15 a month. And we have 5 different businesses that go through that account. It's still $15. So meaning they get stuff from our business names and our personal names in that same account. So it's really a good deal. I didn't have to have one for each. But you have to have a certified form filled out by the post office in order to get your mail delivered to these locations.
Yeah, but there's those services too to get it certified.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's notarized.
Notarized,
yeah.
So that's not that difficult either. So I think this is helpful information to people who live on the road and who travel full time and need packages delivered. And anything else that you can think of?
No, this is what I love. With the digital world, this stuff is wide open and it's fun.
Right. As much as you say it can be a challenge, Bob loves to do this stuff. He loves the challenge of getting packages, figuring out where they're supposed to go, what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. So our next video is going to be on where are we putting all the packages and where are we at in the process of our van build out.
Yeah.
What are we doing with all this stuff?
Just like when we did Aaron's van and we ordered everything in the front, I've been doing the same thing.
So that's our next upcoming video, and thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave your comments below. Have a great day.